And we are live. Wednesday night with those guys, and Wednesday night with those guys is sponsored by
those guys.
What's up, everyone? It is Wednesday night, and as you know, Wednesday night with those guys is sponsored by those guys. So, how's everything out there with everyone? It's Wednesday, the middle of the week, hump day. How's everybody's week going? I hope everyone's been able to get out to fly if the weather's been good. If not, you've been able to get busy on the computer or do some stuff around the house. What's going on with you, Lawrence? How's your week been going?
I'm good, man. I'm good. It's so far it's doing okay. The week has been just good enough to not complain.
Out down by the William Vale.
Oh yeah. That's a couple of times a year we go through there just to get some photos. I'm interested to see what Big Matt has to say while we're going.
You know that area when I first did a video of it. Actually, Big Matt is in the video. Him and Cool Big that the first video I did from that area. And when I talked about how that area is continuously changing, I have to get back over there because it has changed since we were there the last time. Every time we go back, there's something new, there's something else going up, and they're working on something else as that other one is finishing.
That's what made me post that before and after picture of Grand Ferry Hunters Point Park.
You know, it's funny about that park. We were the first ones to fly that park.
Yes, in New York City, the very first. Open. Yep. But we met that guy, one of the security guards, and we were flying drones from the street, and we saw this head pop up over the fence. He's like, "Oh, yo, y'all fly drones!" And before you know it, what the next day or 2 days later, he's like, "Come on back. You can come inside the park and fly, right?" Yeah, it was crazy. Good evening, everyone. Fly Guy Merrill. Let me say what's up to everybody. Yeah. Fly Guy Merrill, John Olson, Johnny Drone Fly, Gary, Brance Ariel, JSK, SJM Drones, Bill Coast to Coast, Logan Carpenter, Big Matt. He's got some issues, I think, going on with the Mavic 3, his personal issues. One Vision Ariel. Who else is here?
Fly Guy was good, man. What happened with Matt's Mavic 3?
No, nothing happened with it. He was just saying in the chat earlier, the first time I've ever questioned his drone since buying it about the quality that I'm getting after capturing video. DJI needs some software improvements. And he says, 3 times at night at Commodore Barry Park, footage was just trash as compared to the Mini 3 Pro and the Mavic 2 Pro, same settings for each drone. So he said later on in the chat, he'll be talking about it, I guess, and we'll be keeping up with it.
Wow. And how is that sensor accepting that same information?
I would be interested to know I would like to know that too.
Because that's what it is that how's that sensor? And if it's reading the same on the histogram and everything like that, that's strange.
And I take your word, Big Matt, because out of some of the New York drone pilots for night video, he's in my top 3.
I know Matt knows what he's doing.
That's saying. What I'm saying. As far as night video,
that when you talk about the same,
he said 1600 ISO across the board on all of them, and the Mavic 3
and the Mavic. But I'm saying that, and the sensor is saying that that's clean.
Yeah, was it clean or was it grainy?
Because the sensor is, I don't know. That's but see, it shouldn't even at 1600. You shouldn't even get
any grain
with the grain with the
just the grain sharpness is the worst out of the camera. He says the grain sharpness.
Wow.
Okay, that's interesting. Very interesting. Well, I want you to keep us posted on that. In fact, you should do a comparison video, Matt.
Maybe you should put out a word to DJI on that and see what if they heard anything else on that.
I agree with that too. Check out the forums and see if anyone's complaining about it. If not, leave it as a complaint.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's like YouTube. But you can type in the first of something on YouTube, hey Mendez, and after that, everyone else is second. But they will they will remember you as bringing that one up, or your computer will. They need to have a style setting like the Mavic 2 Pro. That's what he's saying. Understandable. I understand exactly what you're saying now.
Well, you see, once again, you're going back to like what that whole style setting coming off of, like from the original settings of the drones that were flying on that. What was that? The Go for app?
Yes, yes. Contrast, sharpness, and saturation. They need to have that. I agree. I agree.
Right.
I agree. Tenfold.
Right. Like, and from like the older drones had it. Yeah, I understand what you're saying, because
Yeah.
that was one of the things that was adjusted on the Phantom 4 Pro out the gate.
That was one of the first things Herman told me to adjust when I got my Phantom 4 Pro. The sharpness, the saturation, and the contrast. You have to mess with those if you're going to be shooting in decent alike. And I never took it out of that setting.
Well, if you're going to use that thing, period, to shoot with, because they have a tendency to oversaturate, over contrast a lot of footage with DJI.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, especially when with the old Phantom series. Yeah, oh yeah, you could get that easy. You had to soften the image a little bit.
Yeah, the contrast and sharpness, all of that stuff you had to mess with, or it just looked not real, almost CGI ish.
So what's been going on, Lars? Tell me.
Not a whole lot, but a lot, because those of you who are Avata fans and say, "Oh, the Avata's too much," and you should have seen this video out there because it came out early. I think early this weekend, maybe Saturday or Sunday. It may have come out Friday, but it was last week. Okay, so then it was Friday, definitely. But they have the Avata doesn't have competition, but for those of you who refuse to buy DJI, I introduced to you the Defender 25. I has come up with a DJI, with their own version of a DJI system, meaning here's their goggles. Okay, and you could use a regular, I'm guessing a different type controller for Crossfire or DJI. But the battery snaps in the back. This is their version of a Sin Whoop. And I think, honestly, it's going to sell.
Really?
You know why? I think it's going to sell because you have people that refuse to buy DJI, and this would be the perfect example of what people would buy or build themselves.
Okay.
You know,
This is out the box ready, GPS and everything.
this is out the box ready. Now, good question. I don't know anything about GPS. I think it's a free flight
They put
FPV
that thing
bird.
out in the air like that, and it just chilled like that, straight up in the air, and it's going.
But check out how the batteries snap in. You press the button down in the rear that powers it on and locks the battery in.
Okay.
So they didn't go into detail what the flight time is, but if you want, I'll go to iFlight's website. They're asking $589 for this, I believe, US.
Okay.
I don't know how many batteries come, because they show a lot of damn batteries. I'm assuming with one battery. But then again, now this is what I like. DJI didn't do this, crash into a rock. Well, we got to play that one back.
Crash the drone into a rock.
Hold it, watch. There we go. DJI, this is what you need to do in your commercials. That'll sell a lot more. Okay, I like it. I like it. It's competition. I'm not saying it's the Avata killer. I would never say that because I don't know how it's flown and I haven't flown the Avata. You understand what I'm saying?
I hear you.
So
I just got one question for you.
Yeah.
Since you like it, you getting one?
No.
Okay.
No, that's it. That's it. No, I am not.
He doesn't like it that much.
You're right. You're right.
Nah,
Hey,
he doesn't
Jackson
like it that
RC.
much.
John Coopy. See, John Coopy says the
Cooper.
Defender. He says John Coopy says the Defender looks kind of cool.
Right. I know John Coopy would like something like that. And that price, and you're right, that price is good.
It's $589. Let me go to
It's not
iFlight.
bad. You know, it'd be interesting to know if it is GPS assist.
Hold on, I'm going to iFlight's
Because
page now.
a lot of the drones are actually getting better. Believe it or not.
Yes, and this is why I like it, because it's going to create an open market for others now. Okay, here's their page, right? The Defender 25, learn more. I want to know, does it have
learn more. Let's learn more.
I read the specs on this thing, so you're learning here along. Oh, 539 US. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I said 89. I'm dyslexic.
Okay.
The 3 look like an 8. I don't know.
Woo,
all right. The receiver
right.
option. Now check this out. This is what's cool about true FPV, because the receiver option, I could get it with Crossfire at $29. ELRS, what a lot of people are using, and Commando ELRS. These are the new shit. I'm still on the old stuff. Okay. But no additional. I use the 2 controller. That's what he's saying. Matched battery. XT30 plug, 1 piece. It comes with a charge or adapting piece. See, I'm sorry, but I'm having a hard time. Hold on. This is how I do it. Scroll down. Defender just says the battery. It comes with 1 battery. Yeah.
Okay.
It doesn't say. I'm pretty sure it's not GPS.
I got you.
I'm going down here to see if there's any more description, and that's all they tell you about it. They have accessories, the charger for it.
You got filters?
Huh?
No, that's something else.
Those are filters for the ND. FYI, these are filters for the O3 air unit. If you own the DJI Avata, the DJI Avata's filters fit on the O3 air unit lenses. FYI. But that's what was up. That's it.
So, you know, if you have them, you don't have to go and buy another set of filters.
Correct. So I thought I'd put that out there. Hey, Susan Lee. Happy New Year. Jerry Franks. It's good. Does it say how much the extra batteries are? Does it say how much the extra batteries are? Someone asked. So
if you went to the accessories page, right? And when you pulled it up, what popped up? I saw some props. I saw a few other filters. It had to be batteries.
Yeah, that was at the bottom. Hold on.
Yeah, go back.
I'm going back there right now. Hold on. So you guys can go along for the ride with me. Right here. Okay, this is a charge adapter.
Okay.
Let's see. In the box, it shows 1 battery. Does it say anything about reviews after? Where?
Well, there's 1 battery, but how much are the batteries?
That's what he's asking.
That's just what's in the box, right?
Yes, this is what's in the box, and then somehow it went to this shit here.
What if
I don't know what happened there?
What if you go back and click on the battery itself? Can you?
I'm going to try that right now. Here we go. 1 battery. Nope, there's no way you can click on it. Video reviews, and this is the iFlight site. Keep in mind, they just launched this, but they just promoted it last week. I don't think there's a whole lot on it. Some guys have actually done videos out there. RC drone camps and they've done videos. So
there's got to be a way to get batteries for it.
Yeah, Defender battery. Here we go. Let's click on it and see. It just brings up a picture of the battery and what it looks like.
Okay. And don't bring up the price.
Unfortunately, no. No, it doesn't.
What the bullshit is that?
Hey, it's iFlight. It's iFlight.
Even if you put it in the search description.
I'm gonna try a search now while you're talking.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good
iFlight Defender 25.
Listen, they did a damn good job with the commercial selling it.
Battery price.
I was thinking on the
All right, the batteries are 20. Here, I found it. Depending on where you get it from, because you know that how the internet is. eBay, they say $24 on eBay. AliExpress,
eBay.
don't mess with them. You'll wait 3 months for it because it's coming from China. eBay seems to have them. The average price seems to be about $25.
What about the people who are selling you the drone? How much they're selling them for?
On eBay? Oh, they're selling
the batteries.
The drone with one battery is $539.
People who are selling you the drone.
Yeah.
They gotta have extra batteries.
True.
Do they have on their site?
On their site, yes. I just clicked on the link. Their site is $16.99.
Bingo.
There you go. Okay. Hope that answered your question, Jerry Franks. But
that's a nice little drone, 17 bucks for batteries.
Yeah, that's not bad, is it?
I think
Steven Drones.
I think you're ahead of the game there.
It's also more or less the same price as the Avata. More or less, yes, but I'm gonna tell you, in that video, I have not seen DJI crash one of their drones into a stone and do turtle mode and flip over. Just saying. But I'm saying in no way is it I think it's better or anything like that. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I have not flown the Defender and I have not flown the Avata. So I could not tell you which one is better than the other, which one flies better. I can tell you from personal experience, from what I know about drones, DJI's seems to be built better because you have the ground obstacle avoidance and forward obstacle avoidance and the oh shit button. Don't forget the oh shit button. So this one I believe is for true FPV heads. Like I said, you can get it with a Crossfire, which is the operating system that I use, the TX that I use, or you can get it with ELSR, which is what everyone else is doing modern these days.
Lawrence, I think that the reason why the people who fly DJI drones, period. I think that a lot of other companies can and have come out with drones that have decent cameras that are very comparable. Sometimes for the most part, for what most anyone is doing with the drones, depending on the type of work case, that you have. But I think that when it comes to the drone and flying, I think DJI says, let's fly. And a lot of the other companies have always said, go fly.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying too?
Yeah.
And it's the flying experience of the drone is what keeps everyone coming back. It's like when you go buy a Mercedes or a Cadillac or something like that, 9 times out of 10, your next car is going to be the same thing. And that's a lot of people, a lot of cars.
You're 100% right.
To that feel. And you stay in that feel. You like that. I want to go back to that if I have to buy another one.
I went with my friend. You know how I know that's true, Herman?
Unless you don't like it, and then you're like, I gotta get rid of this shit.
I went with a friend of mine who doesn't live in New York anymore to the Mercedes dealer. He had a C-Class Mercedes, right? And it was time for maintenance. We go into the Mercedes place. They take his car. These guys have a little putting range there for you. They have coffee. They have a nail salon for the women. This is inside the Mercedes place. All kinds of sandwiches and stuff you could eat it. So yeah, that's about selling a car. You get in a Mercedes or BMW, you can tell the difference. But let's get back on track.
Lawrence, I've taken the car, the Cadillac, and for some god unknown reason, as soon as I step out, when I pull up to the service center, I just feel that hand digging in my pocket. No matter how
as soon as you pull up.
No matter how much free, cheap-ass coffee and shit they got out there for you to have, that hand just digs deeper and deeper. Y'all want to wrap the car in bubble wrap the way the hell the prices to fix it. Shit on the
Caviar life, yes. Yes, yes, yes. Anyway, click that like button, guys, if you haven't. If we got to get on with the stream.
Yeah. But yeah, we talked about the Autel robotics, how they showcase the Evo Max 4T at CES. Well,
Yeah.
guess what? So from what I'm understanding and from what I read, Adorama is now taking pre-orders for that drone. If you guys are interested and you like the drone, Adorama right now is taking pre-orders for the Evo Max 4T. It is going for $8,999. Ain't that something?
8,000.
Mm-hmm.
You asked for it and you got it. Did they not?
That's what I believe it is. And I believe you get some if you got the whole Adorama if you're getting reward points, it's a lot of reward points.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you're a fluent customer of Adorama.
Right, now I'm saying that's if you're a reward points member. You know what I mean?
Well, you know what would be a seller of this drone, Herman?
What?
That you can link with another drone and have situational awareness.
Well,
by linking to another drone. And look at that controller, man.
No, but hold on. You see, I listened to what they were saying about it, and I heard some of the other things that people were saying. It's like, yeah, if all of those things work.
True.
You know what I mean?
True.
Now,
very true.
Here's the thing. Who's to know that this drone, it'll come out and maybe all of those things may not be active.
Are they not seeing the video?
Comes out. It should be, because I can see it on the YouTube screen.
Okay, because there's some kind of crazy delay here for me.
Oh, I don't know.
Maybe I need to refresh or something.
Well, maybe you're fine. You just, I don't know. But yeah, I don't know. Like I said, it sounds like a pretty good unit for people who are working in that search and rescue field. Or
hey, Copper State.
Especially if you have, like I said, more than one. Now, like I said,
that's a good investment.
Mentioned that if all of those features work, that's another thing. You know, who knows if the drone is actually ready when you get. Well, by the
there's
time
a crazy delay.
I don't know what happened.
There's a crazy delay because the video just started 3 seconds ago. But don't worry about it. Well, I'm watching it on the stream. Yeah, on the stream.
Oh, because I saw it already.
Oh, well, as long as you saw it in live stream and they get a chance to see it, that's good. Michael Blades, how are you?
Well, anyhow, I was saying, oh, you messed me up. Yeah. The question was of whether or not those features work, and only time will tell. I don't know the time period between the pre-order and when the drone will be available, but I guess that would give them the time to make sure that all of those features do work, and you get a complete drone that is ready. Because let's be honest, if you're in search and rescue, you don't have time for you to purchase a drone based upon your selling points on it, and me to get a drone that you're going to do firmware updates in about a year from now, it'll be the drone that you sold it.
Right. Right. I agree with you.
So I mean that's curious. That was something that is interesting, because that was the first thing that a lot of people thought, you know, whether or not all of these features that it claims to have and be able to do, will it work?
This is true. Well, thank you, SJM. All I'm concerned about is you're going to come out with a good product, make it work. As long as it works, I'm happy for you. I'm happy for your company, for Autel. At some time and point, I may own an Autel down the line. I don't know. I like the Autel color sounds, to be honest.
That ain't good.
Yeah, I like the Autel color science. I do
Well, they
like
went with
with
this gray
Autel. You
now.
have to worry if they will abandon the project support. This is true, Draymond, and that's always been a downfall of Autel
Yeah,
throughout the years. They
yeah,
come out with a
that's the
product,
next thing.
and in sales they're selling, and then all of a sudden they decide to come out with a new model, and what do? They 86 what they just finished promoting, and yeah, I
Right, like
get you on
I
that.
just like I didn't understand that with the Evo.
Exactly.
That drone
Exactly.
wasn't that old, was it? Or am I
I don't
just
think so.
am I speaking like I'm crazy? Because they came out with the Evo 2, and then we heard report that they were just last year was stopping the
Support.
support on it, right?
Mm-hmm. And Jerry Frank says, isn't Autel a little more expensive than DJI? Some
Yeah,
of their
it
drones,
is.
yes.
Yeah,
Yes,
a
some
little
of their
bit,
drones
depending on
are,
yeah.
yes.
And when you want to go class for class, but DJI, like I said, has been able to figure out a way to take away something and put it back somewhere else and make it work in a way that you're satisfied with what they're offering.
This is true. This
You
is
know,
very true.
like like for instance, the Air 2S didn't go up against a drone, a mid-level drone. It went up against what was it, the Evo 2, didn't
Yep.
it?
Yeah. Yeah. And that's they say, like, it's the same thing in the music world. They say you don't want to come out with an album when Kiss or Metallica is coming out with an album. You
I'm
don't want to come out with an album, a CD or an album the same week as someone like Jay-Z. Or you understand?
hold on, hold on.
Or around the same time.
I got what you're saying. I got what you're saying, but I think the Air 2S won that.
Hey, I love my Air 2S. This photo behind me was taken with an Air 2S.
I think
So,
the I think the Air 2S might have won that one. And I'm not knocking the Evo 2. I'm saying that was what because they were trying to keep the price down. They try to snatch sales. You know how DJI.
yeah,
I
yeah.
do.
No, no, listen, everything that Autel does, I'm happy for, because they're
Mhm.
making DJI say, hey, there's someone over here scratching at the door. I wouldn't
Ah,
say knocking. I wouldn't say knocking, but
but
you know,
scratching.
yeah, but scratching at the door, that's
Um,
okay.
I hear what you
You
said.
know?
No, I'm just saying to you that this drone, it's not. I mean, it's not the. It's not really in the range of the the Maverick 3 uh enterprise drone.
True,
It's
true. It's
that
yeah,
thermal. Yeah, I mean it's not. I mean they kind of. I mean it's like an in-betweener, in between that and like the M30. But that this drone they claim is gonna have interchangeable cameras. But once again, like I said before,
Autel always claimed to have interchangeable cameras,
you
and
can
I've
do
never seen
that with
anyone change one.
you could do that with the Evo 2 models. Like that was one of their selling points. I remember that.
You had interchangeable cameras, but no one brought the other cameers.
Of course, no one.
Everyone that I knew that brought anything Autel with a changeable camera, I never knew anyone who had an extra camera.
Of course they didn't. It all listen. Mavic 3 has everything what everybody wanted, and then when it came out, everybody was like, I asked you for that. That shit cost too much. I asked you for that.
Yeah, yeah.
No, but what talking about flying, Lawrence, we're coming close to the 57th celebration of America's you know, most kept holiday, the Super Bowl, you know, and that's supposed to be taking place on Sunday, February 12th, from what I'm understanding, in Glendale,
Yeah.
Arizona. You just
Yes.
beating away on that computer, huh?
No, I'm messing with Michael Blades. He just put
Yeah,
something out.
yeah. It's what do you call it? It's State Farm Stadium. Hey, good old
Yes.
State Farm.
Yes. State
State
Farm.
Farm.
Yes. Woohoo. They insure my drones.
State Farm. Hashtag
Yeah.
State Farm.
Right. Right.
But yeah,
Hashtag
at
State Farm.
4:30 MST. I guess that's what Mountain Standard Time.
Yes. Mountains. Yeah. Standard time.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So I guess here what they're saying is there's going to be a special temporary flight restriction, the TFR, right, will be published via NOTAM. Now that is a notice to airmen. Now that's not some airmen. That's not some of those guys over there. That's not these guys over here. That's
Yeah.
all airmen.
If
You know?
you fly and it goes above 1 inch off the ground, you're considered an airman.
Yeah. Now, this NOTAM will be, I guess they're saying it's going to be published 3 to 5 days prior to the Super Bowl, or to Super Bowl, should say 57. The TFR will be will prohibit general aviation operation.
Yeah.
Now, this time period that the actual TFR space is a 10-mile radius of State Farm Stadium. Now, the time period for this thing will be approximately 3 hours before kickoff and 1 hour, up to 1 hour of the conclusion of all events. That means that there will be no drone flying.
Huh.
Well, no fly zone, guys.
I just want to mention something. I was actually disappointed last year because no fools tried it.
Oh, you sure?
Last year, I'm
sure?
glad. Or if they did, they didn't
Are you
announce
sure?
it. But last year, I don't remember hearing any stories of anyone trying to fly a drone. Yes, Draymond recovery one. It is a 10-mile radius. It used to be 5 miles. They made it 10.
10 miles.
You take off with one of them little toy helicopters you see in the mall.
Might not even see that.
I know, I'm just joking around. I'm just joking around,
That
but
little toy joint that you got in the mall.
someone will try and fly a Hubsan over. Oh, please. The electrical interference that messes with Hubsans, it wouldn't be too hard for it to lose control and have a flyaway.
You say you strike a match and it might come down.
Uh-huh. But there is a 10-mile radius, Herman, and
yeah. Well, that's what I said. 10-mile radius.
This is nothing new.
It's going to start, what, 3 hours before the kickoff?
Yes, 3 hours before
and up 1 hour after everything is done.
Up to a minimum of an hour. They may keep it on. Yeah. Who knows? But the main thing is they're prepping all of the airports over there as well.
Yeah, the redirect traffic.
Yes. So the redirect traffic, and they're prepping the airports for all the incoming traffic. All of the airports in the Phoenix area, they say because of parking concerns, drop and go reservations at these following airports are only allowed. Don't even waste your time trying to park in the long-term parking and stuff like that. People got to drop off and leave, and they say at Glendale Municipal Airport, GEU, Phoenix Goodyear Airport, GYR, Phoenix Deer Valley, which is DVT, Phoenix Sky Harbor, which is PHX, Scottsdale's Airport, SDL, Phoenix Mesa Gateway Airport, IWA, Chandler Municipal, and Falcon Field.
And where do you park?
Listen, they don't want you to park. They want you to drop off whoever you're dropping off, or get out of the car, get on the plane, and go. You can park, they said, but they said that they're parking. It's going to make it even crazier. They're even just talking about for the 24 Olympics for the 24 Super Bowl, they are going to build a special ramp at the airports just for, yeah, go ahead.
It's 57 coming up.
Okay. Thanks for the inquiry. Good indeed. Well, you get what I'm saying. If you're traveling in to see the game,
yeah,
good luck. Good luck, seriously.
So you're saying, but that's just at the airport.
Yes.
I don't care about the airport. What about at the stadium?
Jerry Frank says next state over. Well, if you, I know most people who rent apartments and rooms and stuff like that for people flying into town, but I wouldn't let a stranger in my house. Might be a serial killer. But for those of you who are trusting like that, hey, I come from New York, bro.
Serial killer. How many serial killers?
I'm just saying. Hey, Warren, what's up?
How many serial killers have we had here in New York? I mean, I've seen parents at the supermarket buying boxes and boxes of this shit. So I don't know what kind of serial killers they got. How many serial killers?
Hold on. There you go. Okay, all right. Still, I'm not letting no stranger in my house just to come into town for a day or two to watch a game and then leave. No, I'm good.
Oh, okay.
I'm good. That's all I'm saying.
Set up a bed in the garage and everything.
No. See, that's
how
that father killed that 10-year-old. He froze to death. No. Now you'll be accused of freezing somebody to death from out of town.
Turn the heat on. All right. Turn the car on and let the door open the door and turn the heat up in the car.
Hold on.
The views and opinions tonight are not necessarily the views and opinions of everybody on the panel and or in the chat.
That's all I'm gonna say. I'm done. On to the next story. I get a serial killer. That was me back in the day, Draymond says. He was a serial killer. For those of you who don't know the inside joke, a serial killer, you could be killing boxes of cereal.
You know what's funny? When I was a kid, I didn't understand that terminology when I was a kid. My name was like a serial killer.
Yeah, I didn't understand it.
You can get in trouble for that shit?
I had a newborn shoot 4 people in a pharmacy. Wow.
Okay.
What is this coming up? Oh, can I?
Well, you know what? Huh? What?
Go ahead. I was just setting up.
Oh, no. I actually saw there was a video that Billy Kyle had put out. He did with he's supposedly teaming up with Skydio. Yeah,
not supposedly he is.
Well, not supposedly, and he's teaming up with Skydio to give away a drone. They're giving away this Skydio 2 Pro kit.
Yes,
looks pretty nice. I mean, Skydio has come a long way, and now I think he did. In the video, he talks about the update and stuff that went on that they put out for the drone. And Skydio continues to improve on the Skydio 2 and the 2 Plus. They continue to improve this drone, and you know, some of the things one of the things I actually thought they already had on it. I didn't know that they didn't. But from what I'm understanding now, they did some stuff where, and we talked about this before. They with the panel, the skills, panel skills, and the usage of all of the cameras on the drone now, and you being able to see through all of the cameras. That was really interesting.
Yeah,
how that new panel system and what they did to improve the drone's ability to shoot with all of the cameras that's on it. That to be able to leverage all of it and see from all those cameras, to be able to see the whole 360 around the drone, what's going on.
Yes.
That does improve the situational awareness. And remember, I told you that before about the drones. Until you can get that view over there, you'll never have perfect situational awareness like that, and that to be able to see, be able to fly out of the line of sight like that, and actually see what's going on around you.
Yes.
That's
perfect situational awareness. And for those of you who it may sound like Chinese as far as what we're talking about, what Skydio 2 has done is they've taken the sensors
and leverage the
that
sensors
the drone uses to see around itself, and they turn those sensors into cameras, which they actually were to begin with.
Now, Lawrence, you remember I was telling you that I worked at when we built Yankee Stadium?
Yeah.
And that is what they do in those stadiums. You know how you see like the crowd and the fans and certain things going on in like small areas of the stadium? They're able to leverage the cameras that are in the building. You understand what I'm saying? The cameras that are in the building, they're able to leverage those cameras, and you'll be able to use those cameras to see things that are happening around the building.
All over the place.
Yeah.
I could believe that. I could believe that because when I was in retail, I used to go and hang out when I was in retail at Macy's. Used to hang out with loss prevention. These guys have cameras in places. They're like, yo, you see this camera here? Every day this dude comes here at 11 o'clock and goes to sleep. We're just waiting for the word so we can run up on him and carry him to his boss so they can fire him. It's crazy. You're right. The cameras that they have all over the stadiums. Oh, neighbors, not newborn.
What happened?
Well, he said the neighbors something earlier. I said newborn, and he was like, okay, newborn.
Oh, okay. No, yeah, they also improve. I can't mess with you guys, but keyframe. Yeah, the keyframe ability to use that whole. I've never used it. I don't own the Skydio 2. I know Bill has one.
Yes, he does have one. And if for those of you not familiar with keyframes, I've played around with keyframes in 360 videos. And basically what a keyframe is, it says you have your shot lined up here, and this is your subject, right? Now you want to move to the right, and you want the camera to stay focused on that person. So you would move to the second spot and set a keyframe, which would lock the camera at that angle. Then if you wanted to pull away or do something else or fly around, each point is a keyframe. And when the drone flies it, it'll hit keyframe 1, keyframe 2, and do whatever else you want it to do.
Is that right?
It's not easy to play with, but it's with 360 video, it's kind of interesting.
Wow.
But Skydio can do that now. You can set up keyframes around the subject and it will fly it autonomously looking at that subject using those keyframes,
I hope I make it.
if that helps. Oh, really?
I don't know what's happening.
Huh?
I don't know what's happening. I got this cough out of nowhere.
That is strange. You weren't coughing earlier. I don't
Yeah,
know.
mean,
Susan Lee, did he catch your cold? Because she said she hadn't been around for a while, and then she says she's not feeling good, and somehow
mhm.
Herman
Well,
is coughing
I've been
now.
here.
Could you imagine that? I sneeze over here, and you, someone else catch a cold somewhere else? That'd be crazy.
Well, you know, that is interesting because we were talking about the Maverick 3, and then
Mm-hmm.
Matt came in mentioning something about the Maverick 3, and I'm like,
Yeah, Matt, Herman and I were talking about the Maverick 3 before the live stream, and then you said something in the chat concerning the Maverick 3, and I was like Herman said, Matt's got a camera in here or something, a mic or something set up somewhere. So
no, but
if you missed that in the beginning, you missed it.
no, but they
That's
had
it.
a low battery return to home now on it.
That's
You
great.
got to check out Billy's video. He explains everything.
I put it in the chat there, and if you want to enter the contest to win,
Yeah.
I put it. I should copy this and while we're
I
still
got a
talking
question.
about it
Did you enter
and
the
repost it
contest?
again. Huh?
Did you enter the contest?
Did I enter the contest? Of course I did. Would I ever fly to Skydio? Probably not, but
Did you
I did enter the
qualify?
contest. Huh?
Did you qualify to?
Yes, I added Billy Kyle. I also
Wow.
added Skydio and their page.
You mean to tell me you wasn't follow either of the two?
I follow Billy Kyle already. That's why it wasn't hard. I just wasn't following Skydio, so now I am.
Okay.
Hey, Night Train, what's good, man?
But
Gary, you
Drew,
have me listed for February 2nd. I'll be at dinner meeting
What happened?
tomorrow. Night Train says Gary had him listed for February 2nd. I'll be at dinner
Cool
a
Vic,
dinner
what's
meeting.
going on, man?
Cool Bick, what's good, man?
Where's
How
your-
are you? Hope all is well. Good to see you.
Oh,
But
I didn't
I'd be
wait.
interested to see that because Big Matt was saying at Commodore Barry Park, and all of us have flown from there.
Mhm.
Me, you, Cool Big Matt, and a few others have flown from Commodore Barry at night
Mhm.
or from Fort Greene at night. And he said the ISO was at 1600. I would believe him because I when it comes to night
Well-
video, he knows how to make a camera work.
Well, what I'm saying is that it has to have something to do with whatever the sensor technology that is in that camera. If the settings that he has and he's used on both of those drones that have a smaller sensor on,
And have gotten great
I don't
results.
know what the technology that they've used on those is, but with this Maverick 3, he's having a problem with it. You know, I don't know what DJI is doing.
Well, there's always room for improvement. And considering you have 5 drones out, maybe a 6th one by the end of the year.
I've never really had much to notice of that or the issue that he's having.
Well, that's
There are
interesting.
there are things with it that I may complain about it, but I don't know if it's the same thing that he's having, but it's not really that big of a deal. to
Right.
me,
I get you.
The things that I'm seeing.
Okay. Well,
So
I can't say
I'd have
anything. I
to- I'd
can't
have
say
to
anything
talk-
about it.
I'd have to talk with Matt. Maybe he's seeing something that I'm seeing and not knowing that I'm seeing it.
That's a possibility too.
You see what I'm saying?
Over price point and shoot drone. The- you know, I well, you have the Mavic 3. You've gone out at night with us, but it's got. I want to be under those same conditions with the Air 2S and wonder if I could see what he's talking about, because he said the Mini 3 looked better. The Mini 3 video, all these new drones are too contrasty. We were saying that earlier, Colbeck. DJI drones, period, are real contrasty. And how I like the color science from Autel better. Huh?
I was saying that going back to even the Phantom series, very
Yeah.
contrast.
Yeah. And that's why we had to mess with the sharpness, saturation, and the other
Right, that was a feature that came to you with the Go 4 app.
oh, and the contrast, yeah. As Big Matt was saying, they need to put that feature in these Mavic drones. And I agree tenfold. Because if you can adjust that sharpness, that saturation and everything, point and shoot, yeah, cool, Bic. That's what they're designed to do.
Well, yeah, I understand that. Truthfully, yeah, you're right on that. You know, it's
So
just that they have these parameters that you believe will work, and maybe they do. I mean, they work for most, and I know you've been able to leverage them too. So, I mean, listen, if there's a way that it'll get found. Was the way to fix it? Trust me. And probably Big Matt's probably not the only one that's probably said anything about it.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure. He's the first one of anyone that I know,
yeah,
that has noticed it. Hey, Jim's droning.
And I'm quite sure that Big Matt puts enough time in at that hour to know that nah, this ain't right. Something ain't right with it. Is it good? It's okay. It's good, yeah. And like I said, most people probably see it but don't know they're seeing it. What he's probably talking about.
This is true. This is very true. I say Big Matt, do a little comparison video. The Mini 3, the Mavic 3, under the same conditions.
Because I've seen that from time to time with even like just color grading a video. That's why when you got a guy go, oh, what was your settings? Well,
yeah. That's
if the conditions aren't the same, then the settings don't help you.
Right. I can tell you the settings that I did for this picture behind me, but I'm going to tell you, you have to be under those same exact conditions, or else you won't. And a lot of this was done in post.
Yeah. Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
He cleaned up the finger mark that was a finger that was in the.
Right. I'm going to Commodore Barry tonight in a few minutes. Big Matt says he's going to Barry tonight. Yeah. See if you can do like a little mini comparison. The video. I would like to see that. He's charging batteries now, he said. You know, and tonight would be a great night to fly too, because it's going to rain all freaking day tomorrow. Of course, when I have to be out running around.
And the air is nice and calm tomorrow too.
Yeah. The air's been nice enough to fly the last 2 days out here.
All day.
Yeah.
Well, today they claim, it was supposed to be breezy on the news, but I don't know. It wasn't when I went out.
It wasn't either. I wore my hoodie out. Hey, Barkley, what's good, man?
57
How are
degrees
you?
today.
Hope all is well, Barkley.
Barkley. Yeah, Lawrence, but yeah, Billy Cow, excuse me, is teamed up with Skydio, and they're giving away that drone.
Yeah, if you want to try and win the Skydio too,
check out that link.
Check out this link.
Probably seen it already.
Watch the video. Big Matt says the wind was crazy today. It wasn't out here.
No, it was supposed to be. No, it was supposed to be crazy today.
It wasn't out here, dude.
I didn't notice it where I was either, but
I was mad because I had to go somewhere this morning. And I was like, damn, I could have actually flew. Friday, I'm not going nowhere. Expecting a small package. Some TPU
You know what's
prints.
funny?
Oh, yeah,
You get more mail than a little bit.
dude. If I were to take off this
Mm-hmm.
picture behind me and you were to see all the boxes of shit, I got a pile as high as the boxes of shit, a pile of empty boxes from Amazon and places next to the boxes that still haven't been opened.
Wow.
Hey, Angie, what's good? How are you? Salute.
AJ,
What's good?
AJ.
You know, and it's not that, but the issue I had was with this drone. See that camera is way back? I had someone 3D print me a piece that'll bring the camera forward some. If you see right there, the camera's right there. The 3D print will bring the camera to just under 1/8 of an inch behind the metal frame.
And how is it going to do that?
It's a TPU part that I'm going to unscrew the camera and attach it, the TPU part in, and then attach the camera. Yeah, it's an extender.
You know what the next phone call will be, right?
What? I shattered the lens?
I got it. No,
What?
I got it. I'm going to install it tomorrow. And then this next phone call will be, the wire in the back of the camera is too short to reach. It doesn't reach.
No. I made sure plenty of
solder something.
Yeah, I'm always trying to solder something, right? And my soldering sucks. I swear. If FPV pilots saw my soldering job, they'd smack me on my hand. They'd say, "Put your hands out."
You say you need
Go
a
ahead, put your
file
hands
after
out.
you finish soldering?
Huh?
You need a file after you finish soldering?
A file, a nail clipper, a nail clipper. He said a file. Damn, you're getting rough. It ain't that bad. A nail clipper, maybe, to get rid of some of the shards.
Turn it on,
South Florida drone flyers. How you doing? I'm sorry, I didn't
activate
see you.
everything.
Huh?
You turn on your drone and activate everything at one time.
Yeah. I'm going to work on the Avata 2 for my 3-inch diatone. Okay, see, that's what's up. It's,
Yeah, but Lawrence, you know what? I also noticed that there's supposedly a firmware update for the and I hope you're on the latest firmware for the DJI RC.
Yes. If you have the RC
on the
updated,
app, the Fly app. Apparently, supposedly, it's just working out bugs and kinks in the overall usage and stuff, I guess, of the.
So they claim. To be honest, I think they're just fine tuning what, like they said, what they already have, because they didn't say what the bugs were.
Nobody ever says what the bugs are. You don't notice the bugs.
Right. Certain issues and optimizes
some guys do and some guys don't.
The overall app quality, it optimizes.
Right. That's it.
But I am on version 01.02.0300 dot. No, 00. I did do the update myself.
000000.
Yeah.
My bad.
Yeah.
Make sure you're up to date on it. Now, what version was that again?
The version that you must update to is 01.02.0300.
Yeah, 300.
So yes. That is the version you must have your radio up to.
300.
Yes.
And the
all I can say is it took longer than usual.
The app version was what, 1.9.1?
Yeah, something weird like that.
Yeah.
If you were up to date, right?
Right.
The Fly app is version. You know what? I need to check that. I could check that while we're doing the live stream.
That's what I was saying. Whoa.
You know what? It dawned on me. I updated
I hear you.
the firmware, but I don't think I
I hear
updated the
you.
app.
You didn't update the app, right? I got you. I told you.
Yep.
Mm-mm. Look at you. Yeah, so it's just optimizing your flight, I guess your flight records and stuff like that, and your overall usage on the your app experience. So I guess it'll kind of like get some of the quirks out, like the slowness of being able to transfer from one area to the next on the app.
Yes.
Yeah. Some guys might experience other things on these things, and like I said, that like what Big Matt was talking about, these things become discussion, and DJI gets word of it, and DJI notices it, and
they do something about it.
Updates come out, and that's how those bugs get fixed.
This is true. This is very, very true. Now, what I need to do is go here
and
make sure I'm connected wirelessly.
Okay.
To my hotspot connected. Good. And now to update the Fly app.
Just hit update in the corner.
Just hit update in the corner. Okay. See, it says, this is where the problem comes in. It says the firmware is updated, but to update the Fly app, I'm on the proper version, it says. Okay. It says I'm on the proper version, so I guess when I hooked it up to the computer, it also updated the Fly app.
Don't worry about it. I'll show you how to do it later.
Okay. I'm up to date, man. What are you talking about?
I hope so. Because you would hate for to have an issue, and then you try to turn your drone on, and it doesn't connect.
They know about all the bugs and still put them drones out. They learned that from IBM. Cool, Bick. You remember Windows version 1.1, 1.2, 1.9? Those were all bugs. It was IBM's DOS software put out with bugs to meet a launch date so their stocks would go up. Once the stocks go up, then they send the fixes out. Same thing with DJI.
Everyone does it. The cell phone people.
Yep.
Everyone does it. When the video game first comes out, and you do that first download, and you go, why does he keep stepping out of that black hole? I don't know. It just comes up in the game.
Yep. Yeah, exactly.
It's just,
you're right about that.
It is what it is. And they get away with it. And we've learned to buy the product, and in 6 months it'll be the one we would purchase. Hopefully you don't break it before then.
That's how it goes?
Yeah, plus it's past the return period, so you know what I mean?
It cost $3,000 for the product with bugs. Yeah, it's sad. It's sad. But think about it. They even do it with Tesla. They sell you the Tesla car and tell you have to update the car.
Can you imagine?
You have to update it.
Can you imagine if you went to Kennedy or LaGuardia and you're waiting to get on a plane and they're telling you, they're doing a firmware update?
Yeah, right?
Like, wait a minute. You mean you haven't flown this thing since you did the firmware update?
Wow. Yeah, that's sad. That's sad. But anyway, there is an update for them. Basically, I don't need to know how to resolve the firmware error for Mavic Air 2, but it's still going for $309.
The Mavic Air 2, yeah, there's an issue with the error on when doing an update. I have not checked out how to fix it. I don't have an Air 2.
Oh. Jim's Droning says, he wished DJI would make a drone that looks like a bug. I said, well, they've worked, the Mini 3 looks like a frog. They're getting close.
Bug?
Yeah.
Oh,
They should have a drone done a firmware update on the NOTAM computer system. Yeah, I agree. On the NOTAM computer system. Listen,
listen.
one thing at a
Don't worry
time,
about
Bart.
it.
You'll confuse them.
That temporary flight will be out there.
Yeah, that TFR will
You
be
best
out there.
believe
For that
that'll
Super
be out
Bowl.
there. You won't have to worry
10-mile
about being
radius.
notified. It'll notify you.
And just because I said I was disappointed that nobody attempted to fly the no-fly zone last year doesn't mean somebody should go up and do it. It is a no-fly zone for a reason. I don't get any errors on the Air 2S. What'd you say?
I still tell you that somebody probably got caught last year.
I'm sure of it, and they just didn't make the news.
Oh well. I don't know. You know what we did have once?
What's that?
We did have to take a word from our sponsors.
Oh,
yeah.
See, I'm learning. I can't hear the sponsors if I don't have the earpiece in.
Oh,
that's how it goes.
Well, what they did,
I should put it in, right? I should put my earpiece in, right?
It did want you to let everyone know that it was time for a shot and a drop.
Okay.
All right. A drop and a shot. Because you start doing the shot first, then it becomes just about the shot, you know.
True.
So yeah, that's Wednesday night with those guys, everyone, is sponsored by
those guys. We appreciate you. Salute.
That went down kind of.
I must say, it's early in the year. A lot's going to happen. They're supposed to be coming out with a new controller.
How early is it going to be?
Hey, Tammy, how are you?
Who's
Tammy?
Here?
What's good?
Oh, we got more
how's
people.
Jasper?
Yeah, probably doing better than you.
Who, Jasper?
Yeah,
Jasper's cool, man. You should see how he looks at Tammy and Max Air 420. It's like, you silly humans.
Listen, I see like they take care of Jasper. He's doing better than you.
Oh, I know they do. I know they do. Salute, Tammy. I know they do. Jasper's living a good life. But you should see that video she put out. They rule number 1, cats don't like cars. She did a video. I don't know where they were going, but they were traveling. Jasper was in the back chilling. The cat was all over the car. Max is driving. The cat's walking across them to go look out the window. You know, cats do whatever the hell cats want to do, but it was an interesting video. It was an interesting video. You know, but every now and then Jasper looks at Tammy and he looks at Max Air 420 because you silly humans. I don't know why you thought that was a good idea. But what do we got coming up next? New York to Miami, damn.
Actually, talking about dogs, right? AFWERX has awarded what they call, well, what we would call, and what we know to be, the leading robotic security solutions provider, ASYLON Inc., with a phase 1 small business innovation research contract. This is in order to leverage their TRL9 commercial DroneDog security robotic system. You know, Lawrence said this, what they're doing with this is to they want to this is I guess for like what you remember what was it we were talking about what was that Percepto?
Yes.
Basically in the
perimeter.
in the same range with that, because They say that this the ASYLON DroneDog is highly it's durable, it's agile, you know,
Mhm.
you
Can
know, this thing basically what they're calling it is a Q-UGV. That's
yes.
It's interesting. AFWERX put a lot into this
Yes,
to
they
get
did.
this done, and we talked about the drone in the box solution. Well, this robot is built to basically your to guard your base perimeter ground points and security.
Hmm.
Um, this is gonna use Boston Dynamics Spot robot,
Yes,
and ASYLON's that sounds so funny, ASYLON.
I know. Of all the names,
They're
Absalom.
they're pop pack DogHouse, if I'm pronouncing that right. They're
Yes.
pop pack DogHouse. That's
Say
what it's
that
called.
fast 3 times.
Listen,
Pup pack.
okay.
Absalom's pup pack, pup pack, pup pack.
Let
Okay,
me
not too
explain to you. See, dropping the shot started before the stream. So
bad.
it's
Yeah.
it's the pup pack.
Pup,
Anyway,
P-U-P, pack, P-A-C-K.
yeah,
Yes. Yes.
pup pack DogHouse. And
Well, this
and
this robot can be,
their drone IQ software.
yes,
Yeah,
well, see, that's what makes it special, that software,
right. The
because it,
software in it is what makes it special. No, and they've tested this thing already, Lawrence, because they claim that it's covered over 10,000 miles of their for their commercial clients already.
well,
I don't know.
that's in
Mhm.
perimeters, like searching perimeters and
Yeah.
inspecting warehouses, because this thing
Mhm.
does a lot. It inspects warehouses, it has facial recognition. So
Mhm.
you're the owner of a company. You
Mhm.
tell this thing to patrol the grounds. If it sees anything that looks like your wife, attack it. No, I'm just playing.
Well, talking about what you're talking there, what they talk about live video monitoring, remote
Hmm.
teleoperations, day
Yes.
day and night cameras on this thing. So
And it can read license plates.
yeah, yeah, you got the what do you call it? The auto charging. So when it needs to charge, it'll go back to the doghouse, the pup pack doghouse, and it'll charge itself up. And I guess it does that. It knows when it needs to I've heard this before. Now that they're bringing it out, I guess they're ready to go with it. But this is another tool to add to these security, these like facilities, like these gas and electric
Mhm.
compounds and stuff like that. They can do something like this.
Well, see,
Security,
what they're
help out
trying
the
to sell it
security
as,
team.
they're trying to sell it as a guard dog.
It is
They're selling it as a
because
guard dog. And the thing about it, it's not
like you're
carried around.
saying, and what they're trying to do is they're trying to integrate advanced sensor technology with this drone. And this is what we've been talking about for the longest time. And you add that with their AI and ML technologies into this thing, and you now have this ASYLON DroneDog system. So with that, we talk about these sensor technology and the sensors having to get better and better and beyond visual line of sight. And we're all worrying about what's going on in the sky. But some of the same things that's going to be able to be used for drones to be able to navigate in the sky is some of the same information or same technology that drones are going to be able to use to navigate on the ground. You know,
Well,
if you know,
it's
Spot
true.
doesn't really have a head on it. Spot could be integrated into a lot of different ways.
Yes,
You
yes,
know, different features that can be added
Boston
on to.
Dynamics has a lot of adaptations and accessories to go with that dog. You're right about that. They at least off the top of my head, I think they have one that can open doors, one can a bunch of different stuff.
You know, and like, you know, you talk about this drone here, this DroneDog, and what the technology that's been put into it. You're talking about a sniffer. This thing can sniff out. You no longer have to dope up your damn dog anymore by making them smell the toys that you hide the dope in. You know what I mean? You can, this thing here, it has a sniffer. It can smell for explosive or narcotics. You don't have to no longer abuse the animal anymore by making it play with the toy that's got the narcotics in it.
Yeah, right. It's kind of funny, like you said, right? It doesn't have an actual nose, but it has so many other devices you can hook up to it.
Right, and
that would be interesting.
It also has license plate recognition, like you mentioned before, and also facial recognition. You know, so these things, you know, this is something that I guess, I mean, this is over the police use, because we bought one here in New York, right? The mayor had one to check it out.
Yeah.
And the police
all they did was play with it.
Well, the people were a little alarmed with it. I guess it was too much too soon, because it was like right after COVID.
Yeah.
And I think it was just a little much too soon for the people. And like now they're sicking robots on us.
Right. Right.
I think they can reintroduce Spot in a couple of years and we'll have no problem. And
I think so too. Once they start seeing these eVTOLs flying around. Well, over in Finland, I think it was Steven had showed a picture they had of a little box. Well, it wasn't little, it's the size of maybe a 24-inch by 12-inch cooler with wheels and a long antenna on it. It was rolling down the sidewalk going somewhere, and he got video footage of it. Yeah. So those are the same thing. Those are drones.
Yeah, it's pretty much the same thing. Yes, that's what. They wanted to do something like that here as a trial period, and it was turned down because the city is a little too damn congested for that.
It is. I see people kicking it over just because it's in their way.
Well, I can see the packages not making it because the city streets are too crowded.
It's too congested, right? And it has obstacle avoidance.
It won't want to run into anyone.
Well, just like in Stop and Shop, they have the robot that cleans the floor.
Right.
He can't go anywhere. If you put 3 carts around him, he will stop and try and go this way.
He'll just go back around the other way.
Right. And the package would never get there. You're right about that. And then he'll decide to turn around. And by the time he turns around, someone's behind. Yeah. Maybe a flamethrower from Dog's mouth. Jim's droning. Stop it. They're not going to do that with Boston Dynamics. Don't give them ideas. you know. Don't give him any ideas. Could you imagine little dog comes up? He can't bite me. He doesn't have a mouth.
You know what's funny about that? You know what's funny about that? Put a flamethrower on his mouth. This is why when you're out there flying your drone and they come up to you and they're like, "You can't fly here." And you ask, "Well, why can't I fly here?" We don't want anybody looking at anybody's windows and peeping around. We got a privacy thing going on around here. I'm like, really? Why do you just assume that that's what I'm out here doing?
Right.
Because God said put a flamethrower on his mouth.
Yeah.
If it was a drone that flew, you would say, put a flamethrower on it. Let's see if we can burn down trees.
Well, yeah, you've already seen the FPV drone with the Glock on it. So yeah. Somebody somewhere would get the idea. In fact, They actually do have a drone with a flamethrower on it,
Here we go.
but it's used to burn wires, electrical wires and debris off of high voltage wires.
Well, that'll work. Just burn everything, right? And fucking will start over.
Yeah, yeah. Hold it. Let's see. I know they had. Let me see if I
Is
can
it to
find.
burn debris off of the wire? They're not trying to burn the wire, actually.
No, they're not. Actually, they're not using it to burn the
actual
wire.
cable.
It actually burns debris
Uh-huh.
and stuff. Okay.
But what does it do to the insulation on the cable?
Oh well, see now you're asking a whole lot of shit. Come on. Hold on. When the commercial finishes, I'll show you guys a video real quick. Yeah, no, I got you. I understand.
That's how you get electrocuted later.
Right. There's no right. It's supposed to be insulated, but it's not. The commercial's almost over. And here we go. I want to show these guys the flamethrower drone that they have. They're using for electrical companies. Some companies are using this device. This is in China. Okay, go figure.
Oh, yeah. See.
Okay, but see, there we go. This would never pass here in the States. But
all you had to do is get a picker and go up there and pull that off.
right, but that's some kind of tarp or something. And this now it's burning it, like you said, the insulation on the wire.
What does that do for the cable insulation?
Exactly, not good. So they actually do have a drone with a flamethrower on it, but the power line resumed normal operations 10 minutes after the net was removed. Yeah.
I bet it did.
Yeah, right?
Right there is just a solid state. It's just hard plastic all over that.
Yeah, but they do have that kind of stuff. Seen a car before had flames shoot out of the sides. Well, I've seen that due to the fuel. That's the fuel mixture, right? When you see a car, boom, 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 and the flames are coming out of it, that's the fuel mixture, if I'm correct.
Yeah, you're running rich.
What Barkley says, what makes you think that power cables are insulated in China? Good one, Barkley. No, Herman, you know they take a lot of shortcuts.
But you don't see the black stuff around it?
No, I see it, but it's, we say it all the time.
When they send you your drones, those wires got insulation on it.
Yeah, that's true. That is very, very true. Kill it with fire. I recently discovered drone racing. Oh, okay. Art is fun. If you recently discovered drone racing League, join them, add them on Twitter. They come on during the week randomly. They have no set schedule, but Drone Racing League has a lot of stuff. They were on last week and the week before.
Have a schedule.
And Robot BattleBots is back.
Okay.
For those of you who are into the mechanical robots with spinners and all of that stuff, that's back on every Thursday night.
If you get this ASYLON DroneDog, you can put him out there. He can win that. He can just pick up everybody's bot and throw it against the wall like dogs do to see if it'll stop moving.
No mouth.
And then step on it with his front paws.
Please. The way I've seen those things destroy bots on BattleBots, yeah, that would be interesting. I could see Spot now flipping in the air 50 times before he lands on an electrified fence.
No, I'm talking about you put him in there in the BattleBots and let him pick up one of the bots and slam it against the wall like dogs do. Jump off with his front paws to see if it'll stop moving.
Did you see what Gary says? Gary says power lines here don't have insulation until they get to the transformer. Damn.
Okay. What I'm talking about is the cable insulation that is around the outside of those cables. If you look at those cables, there is a black insulation around those cables. Now, what happens to that stuff when you start burning it? Burning stuff off of them.
True. Not yet. Yeah, you have a valid point. What does happen to that stuff? Anyway, we got to look
Yeah,
ASYLON.
yeah. So ASYLON, like we were talking about, ASYLON and their drone dog.
Yeah.
I happen to like it because, like I said, if you pair that up, right, with your, let's say you had that and Percepto running at the same time, right?
Mm-hmm.
Percepto system. This thing can patrol your compound and come out periodically when it needs to and go and check around. You could even have this thing at the airport because
Right.
it has a sniffer, it has facial recognition. You know what I mean? All it has to do is know who you're looking for, and it can't get past. You can't get past it because it's checking out everyone as it's going by.
True. True. You can't get past it. It's scanning everybody's face. What's up, Dan the man? How are you, man? Hope all is well.
Hey, what's up,
Your
man?
side down there, down in
That
Tampa.
that's
Hope,
crazy.
yeah, it is.
What's
Why
talking
am
about?
I swear there's such a delay on this. I'm just now seeing.
Okay, so refresh your YouTube and see what happens.
That's what I'm doing right now.
Let's see if he loses.
Okay, yeah, it's gone.
Yep.
I don't know what the hell was happening there.
With the delay,
Yeah,
I don't
the
know.
chat was in real time, but the video was showing me stuff like 10, 15 seconds later.
30 minutes later, I
Damn
don't know
near.
what that's about. I can't tell you what that's about. Yo, Lawrence, you buy accessories for your drone?
Yes, I do actually.
Like what? Because for me personally, the number one accessory I like to get for my drones is
Or filters.
well, yeah, filters. Number one is the filters, but then I also have to get a new gimbal guard.
Yeah, 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 that's
Yeah,
true.
but there was a list out there with some of the 15 uh best selling DJI drone accessories
Yeah,
online to buy online. Well, you might agree with it, you might not agree with it, but I just have my own thing that I get filters for whatever it is that I buy.
right.
Because you're gonna be a lot of these cameras you're gonna need it, especially mainly for video when you're shooting video and stuff like that, because you need to really manipulate those f-stops and be able to get the right speed, because a lot of guys are talking about, like, motion blur. Now that's cool if you're flying close to the ground and stuff like that. What is so damn funny?
I'm watching. I'm listening to you, and I'm trying to read the chat at the same time. These guys are they're chatting. That's what we
Mhm.
want. We want them to keep
Right, I
continuously
got that.
chatting.
No, but guys talk about like motion blur, and I think the most time you're gonna find motion blur with your drone is if you, unless you're shooting something that you see that's moving really fast or whatever,
Right.
or you're flying close to the ground. Damn, I have this sinus thing going on. It's killing me. Flying close to the ground, grass. You check it
Yeah.
out the next time you're out with your drone. If
I
you're
see
flying,
motion blur flying FPV all the time.
know what I'm saying? If you're flying the
Good night, Barkley.
if you're flying the Air 2S, right? Check
Yeah.
out your drone with and without your filter. You understand what I'm saying?
Okay. Yeah.
Flying low to the ground over the grass,
Mm-hmm.
where you would actually see the motion blur with the grass movement.
Yeah.
Or what another test you can do with it, because even if you have the right aperture set, you won't have it. You won't have the right. A lot of times, in certain situations, because that's what I said when guys ask about, oh, what was your settings? It has to be the same situation all the time. to be able to get that same, if you're looking for that same effect.
Right.
So with like taking, like, for instance, if you're like watching traffic, you see traffic on the intersection moving, that motion blur that you would get. If you check it out, test this out with your drone, with and without your filter, with the proper aperture and everything.
Right.
Check it out with and without the filter, and you get back to me, you see what I'm talking about with the motion blur.
Oh, I noticed it. You can
That's
use
the
it as
only times you really notice it with a drone. But other than
right
that,
when you're close to something.
for the most part, as far as using drone flying around in the sky with your filters, like, let's get at it, say like a set of what? I guess they call it shades for your drone.
Uh-huh.
Right. So you look at it like that. So you're manipulating in between on your f-stops and trying to get that right setting. What you'll find most times with flying with these ND filters on your drone is you'll get more of, like, say, like on the sky, the clouds and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You'll start to see they're a little bit more crisp. You can see a little more crispiness in it. You'll see that you got a little more detail in it, whereas that it could have been washed out without the filter.
Yeah. Yeah, I love using
ND
filters to put
I'm
out
talking
clouds.
about it from a real use, looking at what you're seeing and what you're getting out of looking through your screen. There's a lot of things as to what filters are actually used for, and really what they're doing is just manipulating your stuff, getting you right so you can get the proper shutter speed on your camera working with your aperture. Because like I said before, a lot of times you can set the right aperture, but we start talking about motion blur and stuff like that, you may not see what you're looking for without using that ND filter. I don't too much care for the polarized filters.
Yeah.
Flying over water and stuff like that.
Yeah, you have to know that it's not just about putting a filter on. You have to have certain conditions true, like you said, because depending on the filter.
I have some, and I hardly ever use them.
Right, because depending on the filter can dictate whether that water is crispy clear or muddy with motion blur. Depending on your shutter speed and the filter.
Well, once again, when you start getting into polarized filter, and that's not what we were talking about. We're talking about
I know
filters, but the polarized filter will kind of take away some of that glare that you might find if you get off of water. You can kind of, smoothen that with a polarized filter. Like I said, I don't really find a need for it. I don't really care sometimes about that glare that you might get. It's unless I'm just focused on that, and then where's an issue. But just in movement and moving,
and
a lot of times the filters are really necessary for taking photos. I mean, depending on the drone that you're using.
This is true. This is very, very true. Depending on what you're using.
With the Phantoms and the Mavic 2 and the Mavic 3, you really don't need them for taking photos.
Right.
Maybe
because of that aperture.
Because of the aperture setting. You're taking photos, you're not doing video. Your ND filters and stuff like that are mainly for use in user for video. With these drones, with these drones and what we do, you're mainly going to use it for video. But taking pictures, depending on the drone that you use. If you got a Mavic 3, Phantom 4 Pro, you may not really need the filter at all.
Good night, Artist Fun.
With taking a picture. So yeah, I don't know. Me personally, like I said, with accessories, I always buy a lanyard for whatever controller I'm using.
Yeah.
But they talking about drones. So when I was flying with the Mavic 3, not Mavic 3, but the Phantom 3 series, this worked to me better with the Phantom 3 series than it did with the Phantom 4. It didn't work at all for me.
Okay.
The gimbal guard,
Yeah.
yeah, the sensor on the Phantom 4 Pro was a little bit more sensitive than the one for the in the 3 series. The gimbal guard got in the way and it had issues landing.
Yep.
It would always buck the landing. It would always think that something was underneath it. And I noticed that when I got rid of it, it had no problem. But yeah, what are some of the accessories you like purchasing?
Well, to be honest, like you said, the lanyard, the gimbal guard is a plus. But for those of you who had the mini series, a popular item that they sold, and I'm pulling it up, are the landing gear extensions for the Mini 2. Let me just continue because this is at Adorama, so I want you guys to see.
That also worked better with the Phantom 3 series than it did with the Phantom 4 Pro.
The landing gear extensions?
Landing gear extension, yes, because of the camera being so low to the ground.
Right. Yeah. But this is one that made a lot of money to make the drone stick up higher on the ground. The prop guards are another one that I think people were very interested in. The Mini 2 360-degree prop guard set for $19. I know they sold a lot of them. As far as me, number one selling on a drone is a case. I need to have a case.
Believe it or not, well, that's the number 2 thing for me because, like I said, I buy the filters, but I have to weigh the drone out to see if it's worthy of a case. If not, you can stay in the bag you came with. And so far,
Angie, you bothering Dan?
Everything's been worthy of a hard case.
Is Angie bothering Dan?
What happened?
Is Angie out here harassing people?
What is Angie doing now?
I don't know. She said something. She says, I think I deleted iFix Dan something he put. Then she's like, my typing, LOL, I fixed. I think she's drinking.
Oh.
Hey, welcome, Barbarian, FPV.
She had some whiskey.
Mike Henrik, how are you?
You said Barbarian.
Barbarian FPV.
Okay.
He's here.
That is not to be.
Dan is not going to hate you, Angie.
Barbarian.
We understand. You're drinking a bit of the bubbly.
That's Barbarian. That's not to be confused with the cream that's inside of the donuts.
Definitely not.
The cream, yeah.
Oh, not Bavarian. Barbarian.
Yes.
Yes. Watch it, Angie, tough gal. I know Angie can hold her own. No bother bothers me. I have 400 accounts. Vision. Yeah, see, you gotta have. Definitely. But in this list of stuff, honestly, they talk about cases.
Because I know they have it. They have this list by range, by what? By drone and by price, and the range of different prices, right?
And prices, yeah. And the Mini 3, they have stuff for the Avata Fly More kit, which is $270. So these, I guess, are the top 15 sellers for this stuff. The wide angle lens for the Mavic 3 and Sin.
Me personally, like I said, Got to get filters. Most of these drones come with a bag. I'll check out the drone if it's well, most of the stuff I get anyway is stuff that I really wanted. So I get the hard case anyway. Get the hard case anyway. They all get a hard case. Yeah, you get a hard case. He gets a hard case. We all get a hard case.
Right. You all get a hard case. If you're ever in a plane and it goes down and you can get to that case, it floats.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
You can use it as a flotation device.
Although you would rather have your Phantom float.
True. Yeah, much bigger case.
That case, yeah, much bigger case.
Much bigger flotation device. Yes, definitely.
Talking about flotation devices.
Uh-oh.
No, I wasn't going to talk about the pictures I sent you.
Good. 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 I was getting worried for a second there. The Herminator hard case, like Garasho says. Yeah, that's right, Herman. You should make a case. You should have someone make a case. That's true. That's true. The Mavic 3 case, the original one. You have the very first Mavic 3 case ever put out.
I'm the only one that has what do you call it? Nanook 930 cut for the Mavic 3.
Correct. They did cut it specifically for you, and to present day
batteries.
Let's talk about the pictures you sent him, Barbarian FPV. No, we can't. We would have had to put up the 18. We would have had to put up the 18 plus logo on the stream.
Not really, because that could be the end of world hunger right there.
Please, could you imagine abusing the One Vision, abusing your Smurf power, Angie? What did Angie? Just ask Rabbit FPV how many times I put him on timeout.
What's happening?
I don't know what's going on. They're having fun. No, they're having fun in the chat.
Who's getting put on timeout?
They're having fun.
Oh, I don't care if they have fun. I just want to know.
Someone called Angie a Smurf. Somebody called her a Smurf. I don't know.
Well, Angie is she's
part Smurf.
I wouldn't say part Smurf. I would just say she's not, she's not very vertical.
Badia rabbit. Part rabbit.
I mean, no, she's not very vertical.
Hey, Rob C was good. Just make sure the pics are educational, Tammy says.
Educational. They're straight out of National Geographic.
Yeah, right. That's good. One good way to describe those pictures out of Nat Geo. Hey, I got a video for you guys. What? I got a video for you guys real quick. DJI says now that 2022.
Oh yeah, I love that video.
Now that 2022 is over, 2023 is what you make of it. What are you waiting
out there
for?
And create.
They want all creators. Nope, that's not it. They want all creators to
get out there and create.
Get out there and create. Everybody and every device in this video was used by DJI. I'll turn the sound up some so you can hear it, but
life isn't always all or nothing.
You know what, Lawrence?
It's about the experience.
They film this video all over the place.
I know.
Even when it's tough, it's worth the blood, sweat, and tears. So never stop creating.
And they use everything was a DJI device in here.
Well, I think some of this footage was probably shot and saved over from when they shot the release for the new Ronin.
Yeah, some of it, yeah. Maybe some of the B-roll they didn't use.
Yeah, they were all over.
So hopefully this is inspiration to you guys out there. Get on your roller skates, your motorcycles, your mountaintops, your hills, and create.
Just don't break a hip.
Yeah. Don't. Or
But
Angie's gonna have to
if you
put
do, make sure you have your Apple Watch on.
right. Or Angie's gonna have to put you on timeout.
Don't let me down, man. I'm trying. Everyone is
So
If you could-
just
Make sure you got your Apple Watch on just in case you go down.
Right, so it can tell you've fallen or where it
And I
stopped
can't get
abruptly.
up.
Right, you
Yeah.
stopped abruptly. It is. So this way, anything goes wrong, the watch will be able to alert the proper people. But DJI is saying, get out there. I love these FPV shots.
You know what? This is all taken with DJI equipment, right?
Yes, it is. That was Grand Central, 42nd Street.
Yep. What's that? The museum?
No, the train station. The center of the Grand Central train station. Where the person was doing the karate.
No, I'm talking about where the train.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, probably. But if you want to see it with sound, here's the link right there. Earlier in the chat, we did a story with Billy Kyle teaming up with Skydio2. Check your messages. Oh God, I'm scared to look.
What happened? Told you to check
Barbarian's
your
asking me to check my messages.
Uh-oh.
I'm almost scared to look because I'm scared to look.
What happened?
Hold on. I don't know yet. Hold on.
What? What happened?
I'll send it to you. I have to send it to you. Oh God. See. I'm not. Don't send me no more shit. I'm not answering my phone. Barbarian, I'm not picking up my phone till after the stream. I just sent it to you real quick.
You know,
Just make sure
the danger.
you have the earpiece in, right?
Yeah.
Rob C, how are you, man? Hope all is well. Oh God.
Rob, what's good, man? Well,
It's just I want to see your facial expression when you
where
see
you
it.
sent it to me
In Messenger. I sent it to you on Messenger.
A messenger?
You got your Bluetooth on. Oh, Lawrence is gonna go blind. No, I almost went blind after seeing that.
The messenger.
Right, I sent it to you on Messenger. It's only like a 10-second clip, but it's funny as hell. See? Barbarian, you got issues. If ever I'm in the hospital and I'm depressed, I want them to call your fucking ass. Serious.
It's not the same kind of pictures, but
Yeah. That made my day. Oh God. See? Sorry about that, guys. You had to be in on the inside joke, but back to what we were talking about. We got one more story. We got another story here, bro, and another video to show.
You know anyone to choose 5 gum?
Stop. I'm choking. Oh God. And breaking into a sweat.
But what happens if you're fresh out of 5 gum? Anyway, no.
What happens if you're stupid? Dan, see what you started.
You know, we talk about
Oh no, I'm in tears.
advanced air mobility and urban air mobility here on this stream all the time. To the point of where you would think we have investment in it, or we actually created it. But wow, excuse me, you guys with your 5 gum. Last week, the FAA announced that the United States and Korea will be working, believe it or not, together on advanced air mobility. Now the FAA is saying that this partnership between them and with them and Korea, Office of Civil Aviation, COCA. Yeah. You know. Yeah, it will. Yeah, this partnership is supposed to facilitate the collaboration between the two agencies in an advanced air mobility project.
Okay.
You know, this advanced air mobility project will allow them to be able to share ideas, information, skills, as well as you know, techniques and how to actually make this run. Believe it or not, the develop, you know, no, seriously, because with stuff like this, and we talk about it all the time, and talking about sharing of information and stuff like that, but developing a standard for how advanced air mobility, you know, and you know, certification and operations is actually going to be done is key for the commercialization of this thing. You know, you know, for the commercialization of urban air mobility, as well as you know, passenger taxis that we're talking about, you know, passenger eVTOLs. That they have to come up with a standard. You know, there's got to be a standard for how this is done in the operation. Everybody's race to be able to make their thing fly. That's cool, but there has to become a standard for how, you know, the operations are going to be carried out. You know?
Well, that's why they are focusing so hard. I'm ignoring the dings, Dan.
No.
That's why they have to work so hard on UTMs, unmanned traffic management systems, or what they call UAMs, unmanned aerial management. They say, they claim by 2025 this needs to be up and running.
Honestly, what they're actually saying is that Korea's roadmap to urban air mobility calls for them to have commercialization of it by 25.
Right.
You know, so, and this report came out in 2020 on that.
True.
Not on
true.
20.
So they're way ahead.
You know, but in 2020. You still talking with him about gum and shit like that?
What happens if you don't have 5 pieces of gum?
I don't think that's what it was. There's actually like five.
I know. on with the stream. Getting back to Korea.
I don't
well, the Smart Geo Expo in South Korea, they plan they plan to have all this stuff up and running. Plain and simple.
Well, Korea's,
and we need to do the same over here.
Well, Korea's projection.
Right. That's basically 25. What it is.
It's 25.
And we know they already plan on starting eVTOLs and drone taxi to and from the Olympics in 24.
Yeah, but no one wants to allow you to put this in the sky, and we don't know if it's going to come crashing down or not.
True.
There's no, they got to come up with some kind of standards for it. What happened now, Angie?
What did Angie say? Phantom. What's up, Herman? And she had it.
I'm good. How you doing, Angie? But you know what? Lawrence did miss one of the drops, but that's all right.
Okay.
You did.
All right.
And the sponsors complained about it.
Oh, well, I apologize. Got distracted, almost went squirrel.
Oh, okay. No,
That's
but
all.
we did cover a few things tonight. We did cover, the no fly at the Super Bowl. We covered if you're interested in the what's that, the Max T, what's that, 4T
Mm-hmm.
Autel.
It's
You can
on
jump
sale.
on that right
Well, it's
now
not
at
on sale.
Adorama. The pre-order.
Yeah,
have it at
pre-order.
Adorama.
Yes, it's not on sale.
They're still working out the bugs and the kinks. It'll be out eventually.
Hey, Uncle Bill's Toys, how are you, man?
And we also talked about with the firmware for your RC, DJI RC.
Yes,
and
yes,
and the
yes.
Fly app. What else did we mention?
The drone doghouse,
Yeah,
the
the drone.
pup pack.
The pup pack doghouse. Yeah.
Yep, the pup pack doghouse. Through
Wouldn't it
ASYLON.
be? Yeah, ASYLON. Yeah.
I had to
They
look
got-
up and think about that one.
They got the contract from AFWERX.
Yes.
Wouldn't it be nice if your dog just went back to his doghouse when he was hungry?
If it were that easy. If it were that easy, yeah. Could you imagine? Well, he would do it if you had food hooked up in there.
Well, that's what the DroneDog does. It goes, or it's autonomous charging. It goes back to the thingy. So
Okay.
it's pup pack. I'm curious to see this thing in operation, other than what they showed in these videos. You still messing with
I'm
this?
cutting my phone off, man. Dan, I'm cutting my phone off.
You gotta leave him alone. He's crazy.
Oh my God.
So yeah, Lawrence. As far as consumer drones is concerned,
Yeah.
the Skydio, we talked about the Skydio.
Yes, we did. The Skydio 2
Skydio
and the
2.
Billy Kyle contest.
And
The
don't forget
contest
that
that Billy
contest.
Kyle is
Put that link in
helping
there
give.
again for guys to jump on that contest link to be able to win that Skydio Pro kit.
Yes. Skydio 2 Pro Kit.
Yeah, Skydio 2
Yes.
Pro kit.
Yes,
The
definitely.
original Skydio looks totally different.
Yes, it does. Definitely. Most definitely.
They've come so far with the Skydio. It's funny. A lot of people wanted the drone, and then they kind of fell, out of love with the drone with all of with the release and how the release went out. But I know Bill stuck behind that drone to the end, and now look at the drone.
Yeah. Yeah.
Standing up there proud on that stage at graduation up there with all the big boys. I'm here.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. And now that Skydio has added new features, a
Oh, yeah.
return to home feature. Skydio 2 added a
wasn't
return to
one-trick pony. I still say that.
Yeah, a return to home feature, the panorama, which gives a full 360 camera view from all the sensors. All of that stuff is a plus for the Skydio.
I think what hurt Skydio in the beginning too was that the guys who reviewed it didn't speak well on its flying experience. Once again, see, this will tell you with DJI,
Yeah.
the flying experience. How does it feel when I'm on the sticks? I know how
Right.
it works when it's following me with the beacon.
Right. When it's fully autonomous.
That's
But how
true.
is it manually?
How is it when I'm flying it? I think that's where it hurt a lot of. It didn't get a good shake.
Rob C says the Skydio, but the Skydio drone is great for mapping, but the video and photos suck. Well, the Skydio 2, the Skydio 1, I could believe that
I think
about
that's
it.
what he's talking about.
Yeah, it is. But the Skydio 2 is definitely in its own class. Yeah. Oh,
Because most people don't have the original Skydio.
that's true. You're right. In fact, it sold, but I didn't think it sold as well as they thought it would. But when the Skydio 2 came out, people jumped on it.
What was that, a figure 8 flying around?
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. Herman, it's that time, bro. We got to give other live streams a chance to get on.
Oh, okay. Well, I just want to thank everyone for coming and hanging out with us tonight and listening to the Mamba Jahamo Lawrence had to talk about. No, seriously.
Oh shit.
No, we really do appreciate you all for coming and hanging out with us and chit-chatting with us tonight and talking about the things that we, the stories and stuff that we bring, some of the stuff that we see out there that's going on, and whatever's happening with our consumer drones, I'll mention it. Whatever I find, I'll share. But these stories of the things that to come, what's going on in the drone industry, who knows? Maybe one day Amazon might be flying by you, deliver something. Who knows? What? God knows.
This is true.
Anything, Lawrence?
No, with that, be safe, fly safer, and don't look at your messenger until after the live stream. No, I'm just playing.
Okay.
All right. No, that's it.
Okay.
Later, guys.
With that, good night, everyone, and we'll see you next week, because Wednesday Night with Those Guys is sponsored by Those Guys. Good night, everyone. Good night.